Welcome! It is sharing time again here at Life of a Hippie CEO. I think I found my sentence. I really find it easier to start when I say that, and I recently listened to Amy Porterfield's podcast where she was like, "Oh, I always start with this same kind of sentence," and I thought, "Oh, I actually never noticed, so I think you can get away with that pretty well." And on the other hand, if it helps her to start, then why can't I have my own same starting sentence every time? Now I start to feel like I talk too much about about the starting sentence. So I'm like doing so super great today. Um, a lovely celebration I'd like to share with you before I get into my big news is that I got the first comments on my sharing videos from someone whom I don't know. And that got me so excited. Thank you for commenting. It's just, it feels so nice. Like, it's weird because if I compare it to Commit Happiness, we have like almost 2,000 subscribers there and we get reactions all the time, and still it feels so magical to have like my first comment from someone I don't know on my Life of a Hippie channel, Hippie CEO channel. And she also subscribed, and that makes my subscriber count 2 people, and it just feels terrific. I feel really honored, really. And it's nice that that it doesn't feel like nothing compared to Commit Happiness. It still feels like, wow, that magical moment where the first person that you don't know is watching you. That's magical. I feel like I'm over the top. I feel like I'm too... but okay, that's just going on inside my head here, and I can't stop it either, I think, and I probably shouldn't. So why are things so amazing? I tried to take a week off from Commit Happiness and work on Life of a Hippie CEO. It completely failed. It taught me a lot about setting boundaries and realizing when I can take holidays and when I can't, because so many things from Commit Happiness came in that felt like I couldn't say no to. I'm not sure if I told you, but I'm organizing a virtual summit for Commit Happiness. It's called the see a good translation. Creating a joyful life. No, creating a happy life from the inside out. And I'm organizing the summit, and so 2 people proposed to do an interview kind of conversation during that week. So I felt like, well, there are big speakers. I just have to say yes to that and do the talks. And then my head goes like, oh, those are just 2 talks. They will probably last no longer than 30 minutes. That means I have the rest of the day for Life of a Hippie CEO. Reality, of course, goes like, I'm nervous the whole day for the calls. I feel like I have to prepare crazy for them because these are big names. Then after I've done the calls, and both of them said yes, which was like, wow, I feel so emotionally excited that I can't focus on work anymore, and I just have to go out and celebrate because it's so fucking awesome. So a whole day, no, Life of a Hippie CEO. And this was a bit confusing for me at the time, but yeah, I actually now feel in peace with it. And Life of a Hippie CEO's time will then come another day. Oh, I love both Commit Happiness and Life of a Hippie CEOs so dearly, and it can be a bit difficult to switch around and nurture both of them. Then this week has been crazy as well. It's been so exhausting. I felt like I really needed to cut back a bit on my tasks because I was getting sick and draining myself too much and getting, well, depressed is exaggeration, but I noticed that I wasn't doing well. My inner child started to complain and said she didn't like to be with me anymore because I made her eat filthy healthy vegetables, and we had to work so much. So then I thought, well, if I'm not good at like not good, mediocre. Let's say mediocre at knowing what my inner child feels like. So if I get a clear message from her that she isn't enjoying it and something is completely off and I have to listen to her. So I did, and I did some nice things for her. I feel like I'm getting way off track. Sorry for that, guys. Yeah, the week was crazy, yes, in a good way, because so many good things are happening. I don't know how it happened. Like, I did work a bit on my manifestation with affirmations and stuff, but I didn't really work that much on it. So I started a self-love challenge. Let's get back to that. The self-love challenge to promote my self-love course. I promoted it with a webinar in May, and this brought in my highest revenue so far, but actually the conversions weren't that good. So I was wondering, let's see what happens if I put it in the form of a challenge. And I could imagine that it was better for the kind of topic, because it is not really about theory. It's more important that people feel they are able to love themselves, which is, I think, the biggest thing with self-love. People have to feel the importance of it and the ability to cultivate it in themselves. Oh my god, I'm getting crazy about it flying here. Yeah, so I thought, let's just try out a challenge, see what my conversion is in comparison to my webinar, and then I know if I want to do for the funnel the automated webinar or the self-love challenge. And then, holy fuck, my goal was for the challenge to have 200 people, and that felt like a high goal. I was like, well, if I get 150, I'm very happy as well. And I didn't want to put so much effort into it. I just wanted it to be like a small thing I was doing in August while everybody was on summer holiday. And I was working on Life of a Hippie CEO and preparing my summit and creating an inner wisdom course. And like, my agenda was full. So I thought, okay, let's just do this challenge. I record the videos in advance. It's all automated. I put it on. I send it to my list. I put a few things in Facebook groups. And that's just about it, and we'll see how it goes. And then I have the comparison, then I know what I can put in the funnel. And I thought the thing was the how do you call it in English? Like, well, the most important thing was the funnel afterward, the automation I want to use. And then things escalated in the best way possible. So I promoted to my list. I promoted in different Facebook groups than I usually do, and this is an important thing. I used to promote in groups where it was just easy to promote, and this time I only picked 2 groups that are not for promotion, and you can only on certain days do promotion, or only if you share like a personal story with it, and not too much, and you have to make sure you also post nice posts in the group as well. So I only posted in these 2 groups, and it worked way better than the easy promotion groups, which of course was why didn't I see that earlier thing? But I just always went for the lazy thing. Like, I hated posting on Facebook group and promoting on Facebook, and I was just doing it all the time, doing it the easiest way possible, and thinking like, oh, I can't wait for the time that my list is so big that I don't have to do these silly promotions. And then now I did it in these 2 groups, and so many new people signed up. I think I also succeeded more than usually in encouraging people to share it and invite their friends. Like, I really put it in a way like, do you have loved ones who don't really let your compliments come in? Do you have loved ones that you wish would feel better about themselves? Then I would love it if you would invite them for this challenge. And I think that somehow really worked, because at least 60 people who signed up were not on my list before. So it has been an amazing list builder as well. Like, whoa, big surprise. When did it ever happen? If you've been watching my sharing videos before, you know that I'm always frustrated with goals. I always set higher goals than I reach, even when I really feel like I'm setting realistic goals. And now for the first time, my goal got like completely wiped off by reality, and it's so awesome. This is how I want entrepreneurship to be. This is why I signed up for it, because I set a goal of 200, which felt like, whoa, if I reach that, I will be really happy with myself. And then people started signing up after I got to 200 people, which was already such a huge celebration. And then I reached 250 and then 300 when the challenge started. And then the few days after the first days of the challenge, I got to 350 people. And whoa, what the fuck? Like a half a year ago, my whole mailing list wasn't even 350 people, I think. It's so cool. It's so amazing. I feel so grateful. So I hope this can also encourage you. Like, you've seen me struggling. If you haven't, then watch my previous sharing videos. See me struggle and cry and feel awful about everything entrepreneurial. And then still somehow you hit success one day. What contributed to this is of course interesting to share, although we're like way over 10 minutes already, but I really feel like I have to tell you so much. I should really do this weekly. And I shouldn't talk so fast because then I always lose track of my story. What contributed? I think what might have contributed as well, besides the fact that I shared in these better Facebook groups, plus the sharing, encouraging in like a really emotional way instead of just, oh, share this, that's all I'm asking. And besides the challenge, which maybe works better for my audience rather than a workshop, an online workshop webinar, I think it also helped that when I was thinking of how to name the challenge, I was thinking self-love challenge because duh, it's a self-love challenge. Then I came up with a few other names and I put them in my Facebook group as a poll, and I made people like say, oh, which one do you like the most? And the most votes got for the I Am Worthy challenge. So I called it like that. And then I realized like, whoa, this is resonating way more with my ideal audience. Self-love is, I don't know what's wrong with it. People don't really get it, I think. And I think putting it like I am worthy, that's how people want to feel it so clearly. I am worthy. You can immediately feel what that does. It's much more concrete and visible, feelable than self-love. I guess that's why it worked. But so the encouragement is test it out. It's really awesome to have a Facebook group. Like it's difficult. I feel it even harder to stay off Facebook and have like these concentrated blocks of time where I work and I am in concentration and single tasking, etc. But it has been worth the effort, I feel. I feel like I'm in contact with people way more and I'm getting such valuable information back from them. And then, yeah, okay, so that's it for the self-love challenge. I'm just super excited. I asked people to let me know how the challenge was going for them because I felt really insecure about everything I was doing and I didn't know if it would work for people. So I said like, oh, mail me back, oh, put in the Facebook group, blah, 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 encouraging the hell out of that, thinking only 150 people would sign up. So I spent my weekend and my working days like taking more than 2 hours to answer all the mails. And then I spent even more time helping people with technical difficulties. Then my Facebook group exploded, which is awesome, and but also really time consuming. So that was really, yeah, it took its toll on me and my body, but it was awesome. And now next time I just know I have to do this in a time where I have more space to actually engage with people when I'm doing a live challenge. But we all make mistakes along the way, right? And then, while all that was going on, I'm starting to create my Inner Wisdom course, and I'm going to do that with how Amy Porterfield teaches it in Courses That Convert. I think I told in my former previous sharing video that was where my enthusiasm got back again. And so I did this whole week a bunch of course calls, which means like asking people about the topic, what they want from me, what their struggles are, etc., etc. I do this live on Skype with people, which is awkward, exhausting, and I hope it will appear to be valuable. So I had to do all these calls this week. Now it's getting evening here and I still have 3 more calls to go, and it's very hard for me to work in between these calls because I really have to sort of emotionally prepare for them. Like it's real contact with people, and oh my god, introvert alarm. It's not really that, I think. I do like to interact with them, but I feel that, oh, now I have to present myself as this professional Comet Happiness owner, so it asks a bit of me. And yeah, and interviewing people you don't know, it just gets really awkward easily. I don't know how to say it, and you never know what kind of people to expect. Like, they are all lovely people. I don't want to say anything bad about the people, but sometimes through Skype, when you first meet people, it can be really hard to get in sync with how the conversation works. And yeah, you have to bear all that. But now it feels like, oh my god, I have to do all the shit things, but I feel it's getting me result, and then I'm totally willing to do the shit now so that my company can grow and I can grow and everything that's fluffy and flowers and nice. Then the third thing that's going on is that virtual summit thing where I was talking to you about, and I really got stressed last week because I first was in this peak of, oh my god, I have 2 people and they're quite big names, and oh my god, yeah. And then the realization kicked in, oh god, what if I can't give them peers who are on my festival? What if all the other people are like really small, insignificant people? That's not kind to say, but you know what I mean, like C-listers. What if all the other people are C-listers among people who are probably something like A or B-listers? And yeah, so, and then I realized, oh god, the festival is in 2 months already. I want to start promoting in about 1.5 months. And I have only 2 speakers, fuck. So I was really stressed about that, which of course is draining energy like crazy as well. And it's so difficult because if you send stuff out to people, it can take a week or even more before they react. You're so dependent on them. I really wish I would have started sooner on inviting people for the summit, but I couldn't. I somehow didn't. This is what I got. And then so I took a lot of my energy and mental efforts to invite everybody, which is scary. Like, these are big name people. Of course, it's scary to tell them like, hey, I have this thing going on. Will you participate in it? Because, you know, I think it will be really beneficial for you. And so I had to do a lot of mailing, a lot of looking for experts, looking for people who I could invite. Doing calls with them, sometimes just mails. It's how I'm so grateful if I just mail and people say like, oh yes, I want to participate. But sometimes they do this thing, they say, oh, I'm interested, but let's do a call and then I'll decide. And then I'm so fucking nervous on the call and it's so terrible, but oh, then they say yes and oh my god. Yeah, so now after this, it's Thursday now, so after this week full of scary comfort zone stretching stuff, I do have 4, or really 4? Yeah, 4 pretty, okay, like, let's put it like this. I think it are 2 A-listers, you could say, that are really known in the Netherlands in the spiritual niche, 2 B-listers, and someone who I'm not sure if she's a B or C-lister. And I'm a bit, okay, let's put it like that. Let's not make it more complicated for you. So, whoa, what the fuck, you know? And I've only had 3 people like giving me a like a clear no, who were not interested, not able to participate. And then I have like 20 more people who I'm like in mail contact with who seem to be interested or still have to respond to the first mail and maybe do it, maybe not. And so you can imagine that a lot is going on for me. I hope so. And I'm dragging myself crazy. I can't wait for the weekend, except for the fact that I don't really have a weekend because I still have 2 more calls with Comet Happiness people for my course. But I'm in between that feeling so fucking grateful about how well this is going. Like, whoa, my festival, my online festival, that's what I call the virtual summit. Oh, it's so confusing for me that here I try to use marketing terms so you understand it, like webinar, virtual summit. Then my audience back in the Netherlands doesn't know these things, so I just use terms like online workshop for a webinar and online festival for a virtual summit. And then it gets confusing when I have to talk about it here. But so yeah, wow, the virtual summit, I think it's really going to be a big thing. And it now feels easier to invite people because I can say like, whoa, these fucking awesome people are coming. And oh, wow. I feel so happy. I don't know what overcome me. Like I did try to stay in a good vibe, and yesterday I did a lot of affirmations for the festival, and since then, like whoa, it flowed. But still, wow, why did it feel so hard before, and is it working now? I have no fucking idea. Like from a spiritual perspective, um, and I'm really excited. And this video is getting like super long, so thank you if you watched to the end. And yeah, I don't know if I have much more to say. Keep going and find your magic formula, because there is one. If there is one for me, then there is something for you. And sometimes I felt that when things were difficult for me, it was really, I didn't know how to see how I could move on. Like I was like, this could be wrong, this could be wrong, this could be wrong. And I could also be fundamentally flawed, and it's just me, and I will never make anything work in my life. Um, but you can move on even when you don't know anything about why it's not working, and just keep trying some things that feel light and fun for you, and then one day something will stick. And if you found it, oh, then you've got it for life, you know? If finally something works, it's not the same as when something doesn't work. When something doesn't work, it's just you can throw it away and that was it. But if you have one thing that works, it can work for you day after day after day. So keep going, and thank you for watching. I need a closing sentence as well that makes me feel really comfortable with saying bye, but I don't have one. So for now it's just bye. Yeah.